Alright, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're having a good Sunday or whenever you're watching this. Got my cup of coffee here. This is going to be probably a brief video, but I wanted to make one regardless. I got some things that I need to take care of today, but I wanted to get on here and at least talk to you guys and show you what I have to look forward to with the upcoming week. And we're also going to look at how much I made last week from selling options. And you might be saying, well, how are you going to do that? I'll show you here in a second. I have this pretty cool tool if you're not already aware. But before we get started, if you like this kind of content, you know the drill. Hit subscribe, that way you don't miss any in the future. If you're watching this and you're like, I'd like to learn more about selling options, I do have a course. I made it super affordable. You can make your money back if you decide to sell options on your own pretty quickly, I would say, if you pay attention here in a second to how much I made in the last week. And honestly, it just helps out the channel. This is the only way that I have to make money at the moment with this YouTube channel because this channel's not monetized. So I would appreciate it if you want to go check it out. If we hop over to my portfolio, in the last video I talked about how I bought 100 shares of HIMS and we have this call option that I immediately sold after. And this call option has depreciated quite a lot. It's already depreciated 36%. So if I were to buy the closes right now, I'd pay $51 to get this out of my hands and say, hey, let's say HIMS goes back up, it goes past 50. I don't have to worry about selling my shares anymore because I bought to close it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let this go. And then, like I said in that video, if I end up selling at 50 bucks a share, that's a pretty quick 400 and some dollars, I think that we calculated. Because I got the premium, I got the $80 in premium plus the capital appreciation. I have some other options that are expiring, quite a lot actually, that are expiring this Friday. We have quite a few puts on SoFi all the way up to, it looks like 22.50, and we also have some calls. So as long as it stays in between this range, I don't have to worry about rolling or being assigned. And then if it does go down below or up above, then I'll have to reevaluate and say, do I want to let these shares go at this price, or do I want to attempt to roll it up and out and see if I can get them to ultimately expire worthless. I think lately my mindset used to be I'm going to roll these and try to keep the shares, but I think lately my mindset has shifted to where I'm okay with letting things go. And I know it's easy to say, and then time comes and you want to still keep the shares. That's probably what's going to end up happening. I'm going to try to roll it. But I think I'm going to try to deal with that mental blocker of mine and just let things go. Because ultimately, selling options, though the capital appreciation is great, what you're doing when you're selling options is you're committing to just generating income with your shares. And if the time comes where you have to sell your shares because you sold a call, most often than not, it's better to just let it go, because then you can revert back to selling puts and generating that income again. But that's, like I said, that's a big mental barrier for me, so we'll see. Something else I did was I created a statement here on Robinhood, and it spans all of last week. So if you create a statement on here, you can tell it when you want it to start and when you want it to stop. And I did it for last week. I downloaded it. This is actually what it looks like. It's just all of my transactions in one CSV. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use this to my advantage and calculate instantly how much I made from selling options. I do this because I created this web app, and you can go check it out for yourself if you sell options and do the same thing. It's over on selloptions.net. A lot of people have already uploaded theirs and analyzed how much they're making, and I think everyone, maybe I'm biased, but I think everyone's enjoyed it. And I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to upload that statement that we just saw briefly and see how quick it is to calculate how much I made from August 11th to August 15th. If I were to keep track of these trades manually like I used to do, this would take quite a long time, and it would be prone to errors too, because I would usually mix up, okay, which put did I close of the ones that I opened and blah blah blah. I don't have to worry about that with this. This does the instant calculation, and it does it correctly every single time. So I made 46 trades last week, and here's the number you probably care about the most. How much did I actually get in premium net? So after the buy to close is deducted from the sell to open of the options I sold, this is what actually went to my pocket. I could deduct and send to my bank account. I could buy a Chipotle burrito. I could buy more stock shares if I wanted to, which is typically what I do. And yeah, it's been a pretty good week, almost $1,300. And what's also cool is it breaks it down by ticker symbol. And my degen play of the month, my degenerate play is Open Door. Opendoor has been one of those highly volatile stocks. I have a few hundred shares, maybe 400 and some, I think. And I've really just been selling options on these shares. I've been taking advantage. It's just a little bit over $1,000 that I've invested into the stock. So in the grand scheme of things, if this were to completely go bust and I lost everything, which still is unlikely, it wouldn't really affect me that much. This is just me taking advantage of something that has a lot of volatility, and potentially, I could make some money off of it from appreciation if it were to rise dramatically. I don't recommend you doing that on your own. I don't make any recommendations actually, but especially with stocks you don't truly believe in, because I don't truly believe in Opendoor. It's not a stock that gets me excited, but I saw the opportunity. I thought I'd put a little bit of money into it and just see if something can happen from it. But the usual names that you're used to seeing are all here at the top. We have SoFi. I made almost $400 in premium selling options on it. That likely went back into SoFi stock, Robinhood, and also HIMS. And then one of my new favorites to the portfolio, it hasn't treated me bad thus far. Maybe it will in the future. But it's this double leveraged Bitcoin ETF. I'm a huge fan of Bitcoin. I've had a little bit since 2017, I think. And I don't plan on ever selling my Bitcoin anytime soon. And if I could utilize Bitcoin as a double leverage ETF and make options income from it, sign me up. So that's what's going on here. None of these plays, like I said, are advice for you to follow. Please don't, because I want you to see what makes sense for you. Maybe you don't like any of these stocks, and that's perfectly fine, but you have your own picks and you want to sell options on those. Do what makes sense for you, please, and I hope to see you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out my website. There's also calculators on here that can help you determine how much you're making from selling options if you go to tools. And yeah, I hope to talk to you in a future video.